Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Learners Podcast. Today we have some internet issue today. Because of this, we are not able to properly conduct the session. So we will just try to finish the things very quickly so that our second session, the content of our second session can be covered. So participants with me today are the Dr. Arshad Heer, Dr. Tajini, Dr. Akram, and Dr. Badmasi Sani. Okay. In the previous session, I have received few questions from my viewers related to the topic that we have discussed in the first session. As you know that we have discussed what is the difference between the science and what is the research. And another thing we have discussed was the different categories of the research, like the natural science and the natural research and the basic research. So there are the questions from the viewers. One of the viewer has asked that what is the scientific process? Because we are using this term very frequently, that anything which is non-scientific or not being following the scientific methodology, that is not a science. So very quickly, sir, if you can just put the light on it, what is the research process?
Okay, sir, scientific process or the scientific method actually consists of different steps. The more comprehensively we will follow these steps, the more we are following the scientific process. Basically, the research starts with the observation and then asking the questions, gathering the data, and then develop the hypothesis. And then again, by using of data, we will have to test the different hypotheses, and finally we conclude something on the basis of all of this research process. So these are the general steps and the methods which are usually followed in the scientific process. The more we will follow these steps, the more we will have the scientific method in the research.
Okay, thank you very much. Excellent, sir. So basically, scientific method is, or the scientific process is something that is not based on our just simple. We are not reaching at the decision based on our experience or our perception or our observation. We put it into the testing phase. Okay, we just develop some logic behind the situation for any particular situation, and then we test that thing, that whatever is coming to our minds, what the logic the researcher has developed, is it true or not. It needs to be followed the research methodology. Like there is an example, very popular example that we find in our textbooks, that if you go in a shop and you find that you just take one apple, and if you just take a bite of it, and if it is green, and you just that is the observation. Okay, that is your experience, that you learn that this something is sour in taste. You just take a bite of it and you find that its taste is sour. So to test this, you take another apple and just take a bite of it again, and if you find that this is again the sour, that is kind of a thing that you are testing what you have observed on the first place. So after on the basis of your observation, now if you decide that okay, there might be the possibility that their color is green, so that is why they are sour in taste. So on that basis, on this hypothesis, they start testing this hypothesis, and for that they might go to another shop, they might go to another city, and even on that in different season they can test it. So as the test is validated, the generalizability of their the logic they have developed, or the hypothesis they have developed is developed. Okay, so that is basically the scientific process, that we have to observe, and then we have to hypothesize, and then on the basis of that hypothesis we just test that observation. Okay. Okay, next question was said that how can we bring the effectiveness in our research? One of the viewer has asked, basically he is interested to ask about the applied research. How can we make our research applied research and a quality research?
Okay, as you said, the experiences, our traditions, our beliefs are not just the science, because these are not based on the logic. The more logic we will have, the more quality, effectiveness, and more scientific research we will have. But the scientific research actually is based on the different sort of principles and the rules. The more principles and the rules we will follow, we are doing the scientific research, like testability, as you earlier said. That is a very important point which makes a research, a scientific research. Then replicability, and then generalizability, as you earlier said. That is it is very important. The more generalized we can do our research, the more scientific it may be.
Mhm.
Then another important so the characteristic of quality research, effectiveness of research, that also depends on the objectivity. The more we make the conclusions on the basis of facts and findings, the more we will close to the scientific and the effective research and the quality research. Similarly, precision and the confidence, parsimony, simplicity, purposeness, rigor, all these are the different principles which make a research a qualitative and the effective research. And of course, in the end, I will say the more logical, the more systematic way we will adopt into the research, this will make a research a more effective, scientific, and quality research.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, last question that I've received from the viewer was that can we make the research as a career? We can adopt the research as a career, sir?
Sure, we can adopt it as a career. There are the two types of researches we usually do. One is the academic research. The other one is the with respect to the management research. So today, most of the companies are looking for the consultants and the researchers, and it is becoming a general practices for the
Mhm.
different organization in order to conduct the research before launching any product or before launching any service. So more of the organizations are looking these consultants who know this, know about the scientific way of conducting the research, especially from the management point of view. So of course we can adopt it as a career, and again you can use it in the different disciplines like supply chain management and marketing research. These are the different disciplines in which we can do the research, and we can uh, also join the organization as a consultant and as a researcher.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, coming very quickly to the today's topic, for this, I think I need to share the screen. Because, okay, well, our today's topic of discussion is the for that we have selected for today's session is the research onion. Okay, so I'm just turning on the slide for that. So this is the very popular, I mean, the research onion. I mean that describes the different categories of the things that we generally a researcher conducts. He has to, I mean, he has to select the things or the categories from these different I mean the from these different types of the I mean the things that he adopt in his research. Okay, so basically research onion, why we are discussing it, this helps the researcher in developing his research stance, that why he is doing this research. So our sir, today's topic is what is this research onion, and to the panel members, and also why there is a division and what are these different types. Generally, I mean, an overview of this, okay? And then why a researcher has to have the concern about these things, okay? As you can see, there are the philosophies, approaches, strategies, choices, and all these things. So just give me a general brief and overview of these of the research only. So this is our today's I mean the topic of discussion. Please, sir, Dr. Arshad Zahir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, this is a very important topic you're going to discuss, and it requires a lot of time to explain all of these things, because this should be discussed in more detail. But as you said, you will have to just precisely define that what is the research
Yeah.
onion about. So, very briefly, I would say that while doing the research and while adopting the different research methodology, there are the different layers through which it will be helpful for the researcher to scientifically reach to a particular conclusion on the basis of the different principles of science. Among these layers are being explained in this what you call it is research onion. So the basic, the outer and the most important layer is about the research philosophies. Now, research philosophy is again a big topic. We can discuss, many hours about the research philosophies, because it is
Yeah.
directly related with our belief systems and the different other things. And most importantly, we are whenever we do the research, it is always based on different assumptions, that how we see the research, what is our opinion about this world. So these all things and these belief systems are being covered in the philosophies. So whenever we do the research, we will have to have the idea in the mind that what beliefs we have in order to do this particular research. So all these layers like philosophies and the approaches and strategies, these are interconnected with each other. Whenever we are able to decide about the research philosophy, accordingly we will have to define about the research approach. That is the second important layer about the approach. And after clarifying about philosophy and approaches, we will move more, specifically about research strategies to be adopted in our research. And finally, we will have to use the different techniques and the procedures on the basis of the outer layers. So that is a very brief, way to describe this research onion. So again, very I will say that this research onion is the research methodology which decides or which guides us about the different layers and the different stages in order to conduct the research.
Okay, great, sir. So, Dr. Badmasi Sani and Dr. Akram, sir, anyone of you, if you want to put some light on this, on today's topic, sir?
Give chance to Dr. Badmasi if he's hearing, maybe that he can speak before
Yeah,
we.
yeah. Dr.
No,
Badmasi?
no, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay.
You can
Okay,
go.
Dr. Akram. Dr. Akram, sir, can you just put some, a general and overview about these, when the things that are important for, in the research design, we discuss all these philosophies, and this research onion helps us a lot in that.
Right, sir. Basically, the common mistake that people start come up directly and start gathering the data, and this is what the students mistake, that they start their research from data, and they think that that is the first step. So at that my own experience, that what that research, the other things, philosophy or other things they have to do. So
Well, actually, sir,
basically,
Dr. Akram, basically, our today's, we are going to initiate the discussion. In our coming lectures, in coming sessions, that is what basically our purpose is to conduct this session. That when a researcher starts the research, what should be the starting point for him? After the question that he has in his mind,
exactly, sir.
when
Exactly.
when
That's
when
what I'm
design the
saying, sir.
research, yes. So this
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
this thing is very important. So all the detail of these categories or the layers, you say, the philosophies and different methodologies and different approaches and this. So we will be discussing one by one in our coming lecture, coming
Right,
the session.
right.
Basically, the general guideline is that we have to adopt the proper scientific methodology, research methodology, and that starts with the philosophy. As the Dr. Ashir has told us, it depends upon our belief system, and it depends upon our field. Our the different researchers who, when they will join, I will be happy to ask the people from different fields. What is their concept? What is their approach while selecting these philosophies and these approaches? Okay, so this is the basically. So, Dr. Badmasi, sir, any comments about today's session? Because I just want to conclude it, because our first session was interrupted because of the internet. So it was kind of you can say, a mishap in our today's session. So because internet's the quality of the internet is not good today. So anyhow, very quickly, just I want to close the session after this. So your comments, sir, Dr. Badmasi Sani, sir.
Yes, so, Assalamu alaikum. So I would like to just make a kind of additional comment on these issues that mean that research onions. You see, technically, if you look at the word research onions, you go back small and look at what onion is all about. Generally, we know onion comprise many things. So meaning that research onion comprise many things that can make research to be more qualitative and maybe accepted for everybody or anywhere in the world. So what you can just look at it into just see. Generally, you can look into what the compositions of what of the content of that research only one after the others, and to see to make sure that you are what you are captured in your research. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So, Dr. Tijani, sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think they have said it all. Only what I wanted to add on is if we look at the picture showing on our screen, we will understand that it illustrates the stage involved in the development of a research work. The research onion layer gives a more detailed description of the stage of the research processes. However, it provides an active progression through which a research methodology can be designed. So if you look at it critically, you see those things that are stated from the philosophy, approaches, strategies, and choice and time horizon. So these are the fundamental things. If you look at it, you can see the stages involved in this. So I think they have said it all. Only what I wanted to add. That's what I wanted to say about it.
Okay, so basically, we will be moving on to the research philosophies in our coming session. Our starting point, like what is this? If you can see it from the research onion, as you can see it like this positivism, realism, interpretivism, and pragmatism, and all these things. So that is we are going to discuss it first, the philosophies in our coming session, and then we'll move on to the different strategy. Okay, Dr. Ashadi, there is another concept. If you feel that if we discuss it today, or if you want that we can move it to the next session. When we start discussing these philosophies and the approaches, the 2 or 3 terms which are very, very commonly we generally use. They are the ontology and the epistemology. Okay, and there is another term is the axiology. Okay. But if you can quickly, we can discuss it like ontology. If we talk about the ontology, we say that it is answering or discussing about the questions related to reality. And similarly, if we talk about the epistemology, it is about how we receive, how we get the information about that reality, how you receive the knowledge.
Basically, that is the part of the research philosophy, because under the philosophy, we usually discuss the 2 important terms, that is the ontology and
Epistemology.
these are the 2 components, important components, which actually constitute a research philosophy. So again, this is about the actually we answer the questions that what is the reality, how we see the different things, and whether this there are the different components in the reality, or it is a single reality, which is of course a single reality, or what is the relationship between the different
So you mean
components
to
of
say
reality.
you mean to say that this is going to be when we will be start discussing the philosophy. So this will be there. That would going to be the starting point for us to discuss in detail about the philosophy, isn't it, sir?
I think so, because you are very, because these both terms are directly related with the philosophy.
With the philosophy.
In order to understand philosophy, first of all, we will have to discuss this ontology.
Yeah, another reason for although it was the part of our today's discussion, but I don't want to discuss it because of the internet quality of the. Our sounds are. There's a distortion in the sound quality. So I think we just take this topic to our next session's discussion. Okay, sir.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, viewers and the participants for coming over and for sparing your time. Although it's raining outside here in Islamabad, because of that, all these internet issues and all these connectivity issues are there. Okay. So, if there is any question, the viewers, if you after watching this session, if you have any question, you may just send me those questions through the links that I have shared in the description of the video. Okay, so with this, I'm just closing the session, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Badmazi, thank you, sir. Dr. Tijani and Dr. Akram, sir. So, thank you for sparing your time and coming.